What happened when my parents met the online friend they told me to block? For 3 years, my parents treated my online best friend like she was a dangerous predator. Every single day, it was the same exhausting lecture about how people on the internet are never who they say they are, and how I was being naive and stupid for trusting someone I had never met in person. They made me feel like a complete idiot for caring about someone through a screen. Her name was Jade, and we met in a gaming lobby when I was 14 years old. She was 15 and lived 2 states away from me. We talked every single day about absolutely everything. School drama, family issues, our biggest dreams, our deepest fears. When my grandfather died suddenly and I couldn't stop crying for weeks, Jade stayed on the phone with me for 6 hours just listening and telling me it would eventually hurt less. When I failed my driving test twice and felt like a complete loser, she sent me a care package with my favorite snacks and a handwritten letter telling me I was capable of anything I set my mind to. My parents found out about the care package and absolutely lost their minds. They said I had given our home address to a complete stranger and put our entire family in serious danger. They demanded I block her immediately and never speak to her again. I refused, and they took my phone away for 2 entire weeks as punishment. When I finally got it back, they had installed monitoring software so they could read every single message I sent or received. Jade and I switched to a private Discord server they didn't know existed. For 2 more years, we kept our friendship alive in complete secret from my parents. She helped me through my parents' messy divorce, through getting rejected from my dream college, through every difficult moment. I helped her through her dad's cancer diagnosis and her own struggles with crippling anxiety. We were real, genuine friends who just happened to meet online instead of in person. Last month, Jade told me she was driving through my state to visit her aunt and asked if we could finally meet face to face. I was absolutely terrified to tell my parents, but I was also 18 now and legally an adult who could make her own choices. I told them I was meeting Jade at the coffee shop downtown, and they could come along if they wanted to finally see that she was a real person. My mom laughed bitterly and said fine. She would absolutely love to see who this so-called friend really turned out to be. My dad said he was definitely coming too because he didn't trust the situation at all and wanted to protect me. We arrived at the coffee shop first, and my parents sat at a nearby table watching the front door like hawks waiting for a suspicious 40-year-old man to walk through it. The door swung open and a girl exactly my age walked inside. She had the same curly red hair from all her photos, the same freckles scattered across her nose, the same bright, infectious smile. She spotted me immediately and her entire face lit up with pure joy. We ran to each other and hugged so tight I could barely breathe. I was crying and she was crying, and it was the most surreal and beautiful moment of my entire life. My parents sat there completely frozen in stunned silence. This was clearly a teenage girl standing in front of them, clearly exactly who she had always said she was in every single conversation. Jade walked over to their table and introduced herself politely and graciously. She thanked them sincerely for raising such an amazing daughter and said I had helped her survive the hardest years of her entire life. My mom's face crumbled with guilt and regret. She started crying right there in the middle of the coffee shop in front of everyone. She kept saying she was so deeply sorry, that she had been so consumed with worry, that she just wanted to protect me from potential danger. My dad was quieter, but I could see his hands trembling as he reached out to shake Jade's hand. He apologized sincerely for assuming the absolute worst about her character, without ever giving her a fair chance to prove herself. Jade ended up staying with us for 3 wonderful days. She slept in our guest room, and my parents treated her like she was already part of our family. My mom made her favorite breakfast every single morning, and my dad happily drove us everywhere we wanted to go around town. On the very last night, my mom pulled me aside with fresh tears streaming down her face. She admitted that she had projected all her own fears and anxieties onto my friendship, and never once stopped to consider that I might actually be capable of judging someone's character correctly on my own. She said watching me and Jade together made her realize how much she had underestimated my judgment, and how much she had almost cost me by demanding I cut Jade completely out of my life. My dad apologized separately later that evening, and said he spent so many years trying to protect me from fake, dangerous people online that he almost made me lose one of the most genuine and meaningful friendships I would ever have in my entire life. Jade and I are now planning to be roommates when we start college together next year. My parents are enthusiastically helping us search for the perfect apartment.